Hey, this is Russ. Time to hear about another patient. Yep, we started this series of talking about other people besides me, and I think it's a good thing. And let me remind you too, if you would like to tell me a little bit about what your knee journey has been, so I can relay that back to the others who watch this channel, go ahead and do that. And the best way to do that is just to email me at contactrussisright@gmail.com. All right. I'll put another link up here of the original video asking you guys to do that because it'll give you some guidelines on how to do it. Basically, all I need is I don't need too much information about you personally, but I just want to know about how old you are, male or female, where you're from as far as state or wherever you're from in the world. And then that's about all I'm going to tell people. So we'll keep it confidential. And then we'll just let other people know. And then as you're going through your journey, update me every now and then, and I will let the others know as well. Okay. So there is one update I wanted to do first. Okay. So we had patient number 2F. All right. This is the woman from Kansas. All right. She tells me that the CBD that she's using is not marijuana, right? It is hemp-based. And apparently the difference is the hemp-based products don't have THC. THC is the active ingredient that basically makes marijuana what it is, right? So yeah, you want to get high, that's the THC that's in the marijuana, and that's not in the oils that she's using. So I just wanted to make that clear. She gave me that update, and another person let me know that too. So I think a lot of us confuse it a little bit. I know I did, and being from my own law enforcement type background, the minute I hear anything about cannabis, that's the first thing that goes into my mind is marijuana. All right. So just to make it clear, that's not what she's using. Okay. All right. So let's talk about our most recent patient. And we are going to identify this patient as patient number 3M. 3M. But he's from Wisconsin, right? So he's a 59-year-old male patient in Wisconsin, right? That's all we need to know about him. He tried injections. He did Synvisc. Okay, if I'm looking off screen, it's because I have some notes on the monitor behind the camera. But he had a reaction to it, and so he had to stop that. Now, the thing with the injections, at least for me, I had one done. And it's a temporary fix. It doesn't permanently do anything. And so I said, I don't want to keep doing this. So I did it once, and I said, I'm not doing that again. Right? Plus, I didn't like the idea of having things injected into me. So, but he tried it, and he had a reaction to it. Okay. He had a meniscus tear in his left knee, and the knee that he has the implant in is made by Stryker. It's called a Stryker Triathlon. Okay. I have a Zimmer Persona knee. Now, he makes a good point. He wanted to know how many people really actually research which type of knees are put into them. I think he has a valid point here. Okay, a lot of us just go there and say, "Hey, get me a new knee," and they trust whatever the doctor puts in them. But some devices have better success than others, I think, and maybe a little bit of research on your part before going in is worthwhile. Okay. Now, for myself personally, I did ask my doctor, what kind of knee are you putting in there? Okay. And he did tell me, and I did a little research. Now, I think you're going to find that every one of these knees have some type of lawsuit going on. And my doctor said that too, because there's always somebody suing somebody, right? So I think you have to just kind of look at it and try to find the one that you think is best. And of course, you want to choose your doctor too. You don't just want to go to somebody and say, hey, whatever I get is what I get, right? So he says maybe do a little research about the knee that's being put in you. Good point. He says the doctor did not use any type of robotic technology. He just did it the normal way, like most people do. Mine's is the same way too. I didn't have any robotic type things done. I'm not really sure how all that works, quite frankly, but it does sound like very high tech, right? He's working hard. He's getting 120 plus on his flexion. He said that in the operating room he got 125. Okay. right after the implant was put in there. But he's getting 120 plus, so he's probably coming right up to that anyways, right? And he's been out now for 3 months since his operation, right? He's had 2 spinal surgeries in the past. He's had an artificial joint put in the past. But he says of all those things, the worst one was the knee. I don't doubt that. He said it was the most painful and for the surgery and also for the rehab. And he says he's still stiff every day. I think many of us are. I'm still stiff every single day too. Okay. Nighttime pain is bad, and it usually wakes him up. And I think that's common as well. I spent 3 months on a reclining chair. That's how I slept. I couldn't lay down. I don't know how he was sleeping, but he was going to do his other knee 3 months after that, but he's holding off at this point because of the current knee. I think I was planning the same thing. I was thinking about 3 months later, I would just go ahead and do the second knee. But at this point, I'm not doing anything until I actually absolutely have to. Okay. He goes on a recumbent bike. He joined, I guess he must be on a gym. And he uses the recumbent bike. He goes on a treadmill. He puts it on a little bit of incline. He does leg presses. I did leg presses too at the gym. And he says doing lunges with a 10-pound weight seems to help as well. I can see that. He suggests that, if you're looking for some type of device, get one of those $20 pedal bikes. If you know what I mean. It's one of those little units that you put in front of you on a chair and then you just pedal away. Okay, because that just kind of helps keeping you moving. All right. And lastly, he did say too that good footwear is important. All right, I would agree with that. He says get something that's good shock absorption and semi-rigid, but not too stiff, not too flexible. He used to use Florsheim Imperial shoes, but now he's more casual. He's using black Nike running shoes. Okay, for myself, I found that being Asian, and I'm sure other ethnicities too might, when you're inside the house, you typically take your shoes off. That's just the culture maybe for Asians, but you usually don't wear shoes. Okay, maybe they'll put slippers or something like that, right? But they don't wear their outside shoes in the house. And many of us are just in our, stocking feet, so to speak. And I was kind of like that all these years too. But I find that now I do wear shoes all day long while I'm inside. Okay, I actually have some relatively inexpensive shoes that I got at Costco. It's just like they're kind of like I think they call them walking shoes maybe, but they're more like running shoes because they're very lightweight. I've always liked lightweight shoes for myself. Running shoes are always the best for me because there's no weight to them. And the reason, let me tell you the reason why I used to do that and still do is because I did Taekwondo. Okay, can't kick with heavy shoes. It's kind of hard. So the lighter the weight shoe, the better for me all the time. So I always chose lightweight shoes. And I'm currently using, I don't even know what company it is that made these. I don't know if they're Pumas or whatever, but they're basically like running type shoes, but I think they're really more like walking shoes. And then I went to Costco again. I wanted to get some better outside shoes, and I bought some Adidas shoes. Now here's a side note for you guys. Okay, my feet are typically considered wides. Okay, and for Nike shoes, I found that they're always usually a little narrow for me. The ones that seem to have the most option for width had been Adidas. So I got some Adidas running shoes from Costco again. I always get these things at Costco, right? Because they're cheaper, right? I think this last one was maybe like $25 on sale, something like that. And I like those. They're very lightweight, okay? So I have similar shoes when I'm inside. So there's inside shoes for me. Then there's outside shoes, okay? So it's kind of like taking your shoes off when you come inside again, but you're using shoes only that you wear when you're inside the house, okay? It's just I always say it's an Asian thing. But I'm sure other cultures are the same thing. Keeps your floors cleaner that way. Keep the dirt outside. Just keep the bare feet, stocking feet type of thing, or slippers, or something like specialized shoes specifically for indoors. So, anyways, that's a side note from me. So that is our patient number 3M from Wisconsin. Okay, 59-year-old male. And I have told you guys too that if you've written into me and told me things, as you get better or as you're doing worse or whatever's happening, update me too, because I'll throw a few updates every now and then before I do the actual next patient. All right. So we have another one coming after that, but then that's about all I have at this point. So there's actually 4 who had contacted me. And I'm trying to do at least one a week. So if you'd like to join in with us, send me your information. Okay, again, we'll keep it private. And if you have photos, send some photos too. And we don't need to see you. We just need to see your knee and things that we can't identify you. Okay, so things in the background, you don't want photos that can identify you. All right, just some basic things, and whether you have X-rays or whether you have a photo of your knee, something like that. I think that would be interesting for everybody. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit all those buttons, and I will talk to you guys next time.